I was standing anyway, so I hit the...
Welcome, everyone.
Happy Life Results Book Group. Welcome.
With the author, Stacy.
Happy Life Results.
Book. Group.
With you guys.
Group.
All right, let me think about it. That's the title of the section, or the heading, and it's in guide concept number 3, the game. All right, so we're talking about the joystick and, find your passion. Okay. I feel kind of, this is a hard one for me to describe. Okay, I'll do my best because I get really excited about it, and then I tend to make it polarizing because if you don't already embrace the same idea I do right now, if it's a new idea for you, then if I don't say it right, you might reject it.
Which is why you're translating it.
Yeah, so don't...
So look for the elements that make sense to you, and look for the elements that would be helpful.
Yeah, and even making note of things that you don't agree with or that you don't believe is super helpful, because it can help you as you keep going forward when things start to make sense, and you can tie them back to other areas where, yeah, because it's all integrated. Like everything builds on its...
If it feels polarizing, that's something really interesting to look at and say, why does it feel polarizing?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Anyway,
okay.
What do you got for us? Lay it on us.
Okay. All right. So the talking about passion and finding your passion, it implies that something holds something magical that you, once you discover that thing that you can, when you find your passion, that it supplies you with some sort of energy and momentum and joy and focused direction, that it will give that to you if you find it. And so when you're looking, like when people are looking for a job, you know, a vocation, they feel like it needs to deliver to them some sort of intrinsic enjoyment. And if you find your passion, then and you're successful, then you're like so lucky, right? Because you found, and especially if you can monetize it, then it feels like, oh, look, you found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Unicorn, the perfect storm, everything.
Because now your whole life is energized and happy and excited, and it's all coming from your passion. And so what ends up happening is, if people are looking for that external thing to deliver that internal state, then it's very unlikely that they will be able to successfully find their passion. And so you can find your passion. It's just found inside, and you bring it to the environment, you bring it to the job, and you have the power to bring it to every experience in life. You can bring that momentum and joy and passion, you know, that kind of feeling that we're talking about when we say find your passion, that you can find it, but you just find it in here and you bring it to the experience. And
one thing that's common with the whole idea of trying to find what you're describing is you're chasing something that you don't think is your passion, and it feels like a chore because there's some kind of must and have to and that kind of thing. And then you see something on the side that's the bright shiny object that seems like, well, maybe my passion's over there because what I'm doing now isn't. And so then when you first shift away from all of the must-haves and I have to do this, and so you escape the chore, you get the relief from the chore, and it feels like, this new thing is so much better. Maybe this is my passion, until the new thing becomes the chore and the have to and the must. And so you may have experienced this yourself, bouncing from one thing to another, thinking eventually you're going to hit on that thing that's magical that Stacy just described, that is your final passion. And if you haven't found it, should you just settle where you're at and just, you know, that's part of the problem, is if you feel like you could find that magical thing that provides it all, then why settle for what you're doing now? But what you're describing is what you're doing now isn't really capable of delivering that magical passion, that it's really something that you bring from yourself, right? And that's why it could be polarizing, because the concept is out there, find your passion.
Yes. All right, so so one of the things, just this little paragraph at the end, we're on this one, right? Yeah, okay, this one. So like, this is another one that could be polarizing. Is don't give credit to the meditation or feel like they can only feel good when they meditate. So I personally love meditation. I meditate every day, and
she's trained in, you know, transcendental meditation and other types of meditation. So she's speaking from experience.
Yes. And so a wise person told me once that they thought that meditation was just being happy sitting still. And once I heard that, I realized that I could actually take that feeling that I was fairly successful in getting in meditation. I could take that with me to my life, to my existence. It could accompany me to any experience that I was with. And isn't that feeling, if you've ever meditated and you've gotten to that kind of, you know what I'm talking about, if you've meditated, that feeling, a lot of people who practice meditation just assume that the meditation, the sitting still and clearing your mind, that's what gave them that feeling. But really, that you can feel that way as you're going about your day. You can live in that feeling. And then compare that to the find your passion. If you imagine in your mind, what would it feel like if I found my passion? To me, it's a very similar feeling. And gratitude is a very similar feeling. And these are emotion words, meditation not so much, but they are words that encapsulate an emotion but attached to your environment. So let's strip the environment away and say we don't need stuff to be grateful for. We can take that feeling. Oh my gosh, feel grateful, that feeling. Okay, capture it in this moment. And then that feeling of find your passion. The feeling you get when you meditate, that feeling is up. That's up. And that's what you're bringing to your life. It's not, your life doesn't give it to you or take that away. It's so amazing.
We were having a team discussion about gratitude, and the topic came up of, do you have to lose something in order to be more grateful for it? And basically the response was, it's if you need to lose it in order to feel more grateful, you need to work on your gratitude skills. Because you can feel grateful for it while you have it. You don't need to lose it to feel grateful for it. Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so when you're describing the meditation, if you are a meditation practitioner, comments below if this is right or not. I'm not as trained in it as Stacy is. Is a concept called walking meditation. Is that what does walking meditation, does your translation of what walking meditation mesh with what Stacy has just described?
Yeah, I would love to hear. Yep. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.